additional scheduling if people are interested in doing that. Other desired outcomes topic. Maybe we could review and see where we are on our overall our team priorities from last week. So, anything else for people for desired outcomes? Topic? Any other topics you want to do? Anything from anybody at all? Everyone from here? Hello?
Yes, yes.
So, should we just approve these topics? Have any objections to these topics? No, I see. You want to check in?
Yes, sorry, actually my mic was out of order. Okay, I'm pretty much excited with the previous session, which was live support, and I'm on 6 today.
Cool. So, are there any other topics that anyone wants to add to the any other topics today?
Yes, another topic is we want to make sure the issue of conflict is end today because Julia and Benji were not there. When we have, although it's a minor thing, but it is still affecting people. When we leave it hanging, somebody can make another problem later, knowing that if I have a problem with anyone, I will not be punished, I will still be given a chance. I think we need to get that clear to everyone.
Okay, so what would be the desired outcome?
My outcome, especially with this issue of conflict, if this thing get done and we work together, we solve it as a team. And also we have to agree what the team members think.
So, are you saying to solve all conflict issues as a team?
Yeah, although we discussed it last time, we have to review what we discussed when we were not there.
What we discussed when we weren't there. So what I hear here is we want to do like an update on what happened when Julie and Benji were gone, and then the next steps for moving forward. I mean, obviously, we're not going to be able to solve all the issues in one go, but we can at least have a plan for how we're going to move forward to make sure we actually follow through with what we said. Okay, that's good? That sound good? Lucy?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yes.
Okay, cool. Any other desired outcomes and or topics?
Also, other topic we can discuss on people being on Hangout while they're not present. They just make it sure the only thing which is present, they are being on their account online is on, but they're not there.
Yes, I am with Lucy on this because people just put their mic on silent, on mute, and they just disappear. They don't reply you back. So it means that you're not focusing on the work which has been assigned to you.
I don't know about the others, but for me, everyone mic was.
No, we're not here to talk about the issue now. Right now, it's just the desired outcome is to address this. Obviously, it's an issue. We can add it to the agenda, and then we can talk about it at that point in time. I would say that this is basically like working and hangout policies and expectations. That's all good, and we can talk about it when we get there. Is that okay?
Yes.
Because it's obviously not the top priority, and we would have brought it up earlier. So there's no reason to talk about it right this second. We'll get to it. If we don't get to it today, we'll get to it next week. So, are there any other desired outcomes or topics?
For me, none, sir.
Anyone else? Does everybody agree and approve these particular topics in the order? And do we have any objections?
No
I
objection
agree
for
to
me.
the topic.
Okay, so it looks like we have agreement on our agenda. Let's have some time on it, maybe like 10 minutes. Team priorities, 10 minutes. 30 minutes total. This probably going to take 10 minutes as well. And this is 5 minutes. Alright, so that should get us through the next 40 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Overall priority. The first one. And Lucy, you're doing the video indexing?
Yes.
Right, thank you. So cool, you guys know how to do that. Alright, so overall priorities. Yep. Pull up. Sorry, right there. So we have two sets of overall priorities for the client overall priorities and the FQN priority. I think we should spend a little time going over both of them. We're going to almost exclusively focus on the super, super important ones, which basically puts them that it's like, so these are things that are overdue, that are behind schedule, that cause lots of stress and anxiety, and it's just not good. We need to deal with that. Okay? So let's start with the client responsibility. So this is some training here, trying to get you guys at least educated on some of the different things that are going on, so that you guys can help out with it more. And this can also add to client hours as well and output and deliverables that they would get additional bonus hours, et cetera, et cetera. So first thing here is treasurer support. Money security, we oversee. Actually, let's just go ahead. We know all of these are super urgent and important. Let's get rid of the highlight. Okay. So treasurer support, this is your responsibility. And the money security is another responsibility as well. Oops. Alright, I went to the wrong place. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Money security. So we oversee, I think it's about $750,000. Right? It's an ungodly amount of money. A lot of this is in the cyber accounts. And our internal budget is only about $20,000. So money security is also a important thing here. Anybody could help with this. Basically, the task that needs to be done is we're making sure we prioritize what's called the money organizing. And then we need to break out the money, make sure there's only a certain number. Make sure the money is in individual accounts. And we have here policies on security and safety. Right? So we have these policies and we need to meet them and make sure that all the money is secure. It's our pay, it's everyone else's payroll, and it's very important that we do it really carefully. Are there any questions on money security?
No, not from me.
Okay, so the exit monthly payroll, this is also a responsibility that we need help on. Anyone can sign up to help with these things. If anyone wants to help with it, just be like, yes, I want to help. So we have treasurer support, we have money security, money organizing, monthly payroll, right? So the exit monthly payroll, it happens at the beginning. It's the first Friday of the month. And we pay about 30 to 40 people. And so the thing, and then there's this kind of like residual, sort of like residual on, details that don't get done. So for this, we have, there's 2 people who still haven't been paid. So we need to get them paid. That's basically a task. And again, this is a treasurer task, so this would be me, but you guys can help with it, the support role. And then from there we have we need to create 2 to 3 cyber wallets, primarily Ether wallets for transfers. This includes one for us for the new legal agreement. It also includes, I guess this could go into old one, but we have, for us, there's a few new wallets we're going to create. We're also changing our entire system. We're breaking down all the different wallets into all the different types of work that we're doing. So we need to create new wallets first, and we get the money that we need to be transferred for us. There's the house. Well, we won't worry about the house. But anyways, there's a couple new wallets. There's one for Tede and other people that we're doing success for. That's what something said. So that basically will be dealt with, but it's close, but not quite done. Mid-month payroll. So this is the 3rd Friday of the month. This is also a responsibility. And so for this, what we need to do, and this is a responsibility as well, or a sub-responsibility, what we need to do is update the payroll and worker approvals by month. And this is for the client. And so people have done this before, so we need someone to sign up for this. And then also this requires, there's a couple sub-responsibilities here as well. Basically, you have adding the correct amounts of money. This method is fast. And then we update the value tracking percentages for the first 2 weeks. And then we need to send it to the executives, the executives for approval. So we can get this done by Wednesday, and we'll get this done by Thursday, and we'll get this done. Actually, it would be great to get both these done by Wednesday, and then this would be Thursday, and then pay everyone on Friday. Anyone, any questions on all this stuff?
I think it's okay. On Friday it's okay, I think.
Does anyone want to sign up for any of these things? Or just like no one's interested? I'm guessing that's a no, nobody's interested. Moving on. I don't even know if what do you guys want to do? And trust me, you do not need to say anything verbally. You can just sign up literally on the document. Probably need another like 30 minutes. So anyone want to sign up for any of these? Or should we,
Yes.
which one?
Yes, money security and money organizing. Money organizing.
Finance and tax for EXA Ind.
What did you say again? What is it?
I'm assigning to do. I want to do finance and
For me,
taxes for EXA.
for me, EXA monthly payroll support, and also EXA mid-month payroll.
Yeah, even when updates the payroll work approval by month. Can also help them.
And I also helped with ASIP on first one.
Up here, I missed on the money organizing?
Yes.
Okay.
I can help Abdul on exam mid-month payroll.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So this is the most urgent. The exit mid-month payroll. This is like really important work that could happen tonight, right? So this and this are really urgent. So we could give them little asterisks. So Abdul and Lucy, both of you guys have done this before, correct?
Yes.
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 So, if you guys want to try to, work with Albina and train her, I mean, this is something that you guys can potentially do. But there are some details here you need to make sure. The most important thing for the starting with is like step one is to duplicate the mid-month, and this would be from June, for the mid-month of July. Right, and then we need to add, everyone, Alex and Mark, and just you want to make sure you have all the people who do twice per month. And so we might need to go over that briefly. So if you guys even want to start with that right now to get this duplicated this month, and then we can go back to that and make sure that you got it all. Okay.
Okay. There. Okay.
All right. So exit house. The exit house is extremely complicated, and I don't even know what's going to happen with it. I would say that this primarily goes under work and executive support because we just don't know what's going to happen yet. So until we figure out how it's going to work, I don't know what will happen with that. So. Does anyone want to help with general exit support and executive support?
Hi there.
Yes.
I think EXA house it's really complicated, but I can take the challenge. I think this is I can help this on.
Say again, Abdul, what do you want to help with?
Yes, EXA house. I think it's complicated, but I can take challenge on this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and so basically the bottom line is that we created a proposal. We're requesting up to $1,000 per month to oversee the exit house. This would be an additional $1,000 that will be coming into our organization, which would be really helpful.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens there. It's a lot of work, but Steve's also working on this, so it's like that's cool. Okay, so client relations. I mean, there's so many things here. I mean, I don't even really want to go over it all. I just want to pull up the doc. Yeah. How are we getting on time? Because we can do this all day long. There's like so much. billing, there's monthly reporting, there's the front end doc. These are like the main things. That's a responsibility. Billing, client billing is a responsibility. Monthly reporting, we need to do our June report as well as be starting our June and July reports. That's where we need to be starting the July one. Final ops split report. So recommendations for moving forward. This all needs to happen as soon as possible. We're behind. That's all supposed to have already been done. And we're already going to split up the budget. So yeah, so that's all a done deal. Yeah, so there's a lot of work on this. So overall exit client relations, I believe people have signed up for this before. I can't remember who, but I believe Nellie's helping with it, Jay, and some other people. Animal Ventures contract. Basically just like help Jay focus on it. Right? This is part of like, it's like I could really, I'm the only one I know who knows how to deal with this legal contract. So it's like, how can you help me focus on this and deal with some of this other work that you can help on so that I can focus on the legal contract for Animal Ventures, right? So this is probably going to take like 1 hour to do that. So if you can help me not have to worry about everything else, then I can do that. Get that over with. We need to do this as soon as possible. All right. Any other questions on the legal contract, the client relations? Anyone want to sign up for any of this stuff? All the front end of the doc, the client billing, monthly reporting. Any questions? Final officer report.
For now, no question from me.
Just so you guys understand how important this is, right? This is like super duper important, and the reason why it's so important is that this is the difference between getting like $2,000 per month and having like $15,000 per month. Does that make sense? Like if we don't do our client billing, if we don't organize for the client, if we don't report and create our recommendations and proposals, right? This is also proposals for making more money, right? Then we're not going to get more money. We'll have to, maybe we'll even get less money, and then we have to like get rid of people. So like currently we're budgeting $12,000, we're only bringing in $2,000 into the business internal budget. So it's a big problem, and this is what's going to fix that. Do you guys see how important this is? The client relations and plan. You guys not understand how important it is? Hello?
I think
Hello. I just trying to observe and see.
Does anyone want to explain why client relations is important?
I don't have an evidence.
I think
I'm going to say it again. If we don't do client relations, we don't get paid, we all get fired. Does that make sense? That's
Yes.
why it's important. It's like if we don't do this, we don't get paid. Period.
That's right.
You guys
yes,
understand?
Yes.
I think
Okay, so if we don't bill the client, we don't get paid. If we don't report to the client, they don't know how much work we're doing, therefore they don't care about us. If we don't do our final report and our proposals for making more money, we don't get more money, we don't get paid, people get fired. Or we don't hire more people. Right? We want to be, it's not about us, remember, it's about helping more people. The more
Yes.
money we can bring in and hire more people, the better.
okay.
So, are we at time? I think we're probably at time, but it would be good to go through the taxes and finances if we want to extend it a little bit. Do we move on? Who's the timekeeper?
Please, a timekeeper.
Yes, I think
Abdul and Julie are the timekeepers.
Yes.
Where are we at time?
yes, I think 10 minutes already over, and
I think he's not there. I don't know. Yes.
Yeah, but none of the agenda items for 19 minutes. They're each 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, and 5 to 10 minutes. So we have 20 minutes left.
Yes. So
We could probably look at our team priorities, or we could just continue with the overall priorities and then cancel everything else. So are you guys ready to move on to the next topic, or you guys want to keep going over the overall priorities? Or what?
okay.
We can move on to
Yes,
team priorities.
Okay, let's move on to team priorities. I feel like we got pretty far with this better before. And the next thing is the finance and the taxes, which is part of training. We want to do training for this as well, for finance and taxes. Okay?
okay.
So let's just make sure we prioritize. Like the only thing that we need to say for the finance and taxes, we just need to prioritize this as a super big priority. So the task here would be like, at everybody team, let's focus on this and make it happen. You know,
Okay.
it's like one of our top priorities is training on the finance and taxes, working on the exit. And in addition to that, we have the finance and taxes for FQM for-profit taxes. So there's a UIS and other things that matter. So this as well as the FQM taxes. So we can do all those together, and we're just going to get them trained, get you guys working on it. It should be pretty easy. We just have to do it. Cool. All right. So let's move on to the team priorities. And the way you find the team priorities is very simple. You would just go to the Sonic Team doc, and they should be the first thing there. Let's see if it works out that way. There they are, right there. Sonic Team priorities. So this is kind of like a verification. We're going to go through, see how much has gotten done on each one, and just go from there, right? So overall Sonic Team, the first one is the overall team priorities, which we just did some of that, right? So maybe we'll put like 33%. Right? So we did some of that, which is excellent. It would still be orange if we were doing it on a thing. Exit, finances, and training. I think everybody's watched it. Maybe we're at like 20%. You know, it's still a problem. It would be red. Exit, client relations. I mean, we're basically doing little to nothing on that. Big problem with umbrella financial report. We didn't do anything on that at all. And it's not as much of a priority, but it's going to be very soon. Worker coordination responsibility verification. I also want to add to this. I want to add responsibility organizing. I feel like we're doing pretty good on this. Maybe like 45%, you know? Like it's not perfect, but we're moving ahead. Any comments on worker coordination and responsibility verification? Recruitment. Me, Steve, and Green, all this, we did a lot on this. It's moving forward. It kind of stalled a little bit. I would say it's went down a bit. But it's still, we would say we call this yellow. FQM payroll. How do you guys think we are on FQM payroll?
That's okay.
Well, it's certainly not perfect. Maybe like
25.
25.
I think FQN payroll is done for from last month and last week. I think this last week also completed FQN payroll.
I would say like last month was like 75%.
Yes. Last week also done for me. Me and Albina do that. First week, that means July and August. Yes.
So again, but to get to 100%, every single person needs to be paid, right? So,
Yes.
so this is a problem. But monthly payroll is definitely in better shape, but we're behind, right? This is behind, and that's a problem. So we need to make
Okay.
sure that we prioritize that.
Okay.
First, Austrasia team. This went great. I mean, I almost would say that we could take it off the list. I don't really feel like it's our responsibility anymore. So I would actually remove that from us because the Australia team can now function independently from the Sonic session. It's pretty cool. F2N value tracking. We're really not doing much of this right now. There's the team equity, which is not happening, right? It's like basically 0%. Yeah, I don't know. It says 50% here. I'm not sure if I agree. I would say that it's more like 40%. And the only reason it's 40% is because we do most of our value tracking in real time.
I think we need to train about team equity or individual time and equity asset spreadsheet. So I think we need to training on team equity.
So let's make sure this is the next step.
Yes.
When I put that in next step, that should get into our this should get into our master topic list for next week. And people should review the master topic list every week. Okay, we're almost done. So I would say overall 40% on that. Documentations have been going well. It's certainly not perfect, but I would say we're still at a pretty stable 60%. Session support, Galactic Quarter Moon. I mean, it's just not really happening. I mean, we're like 25%. It's gonna happen, but it's not gonna happen to the level that it should be. Personnel support, it's not really happening either. It's still okay, but it still needs a lot of work. 10%. Systems and processes, we didn't do anything on that. And responsibility organizing is the new one I'm adding. And this is like, what is it, like 5% maybe at most? Right, so there's so maybe we've done like 10 of 300. Divided by 300.
Time. Alright, so I want us to now go back to.
Alright, so how does this look for our Sonic Team priorities? Do you guys want to change anything, add anything, update anything?
Alright, so I want us to now go back to.
Listen, your mic is not clear. Your voice is not clear.
Does anyone want to sign up for any of these things?
Okay.
Good, good.
Monthly payroll, I will sign up on that.
Payroll?
Team priority 2-minute lap, I think.
I feel like Julie's been helping with this, as well as Abdul.
Yes. Okay.
Say again, Abdul?
Yes, FQ payroll I can do this, and I think Sonic team priority 2-minute left. I think.
What other one? Say again. Oh, 2 minutes left. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Anyone else want to sign up for anything?
Documentation, I can help Abdul there.
Okay.
And personal support.
Yes, also
I can help Lucy on personal support.
also me, personal support.
So this is an example of when somebody signs up for something, it gives me interest of being like, wow, someone actually cares about it, right? So let's talk about it. You know, if no one wants to do something, then why should we even talk about it? So in this context, it's like on the personnel support doc, you will see that we have we need to add all of the main study team proposals and provisional study team proposals and all of the new recruit personnel files.
Okay.
And then you need to go through and do the task is that's not the task, the responsibility is the online personnel file, spreadsheet. And this would be the responsibility. And then this you want to add in the 17 provisional 17.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Mr. J,
Yeah.
can I join helping with number 11, personal support?
Yeah. Excellent. Another thing to note here that's related to personnel support is updating the personnel
Assalamu alaikum.
spreadsheet. So this would include the task of copying/duplicating the previous
আচ্ছা সমস্যা নাই, আপনি কারেন্ট চলে আসলে আবার আইসেন। আচ্ছা স্যার, ওকে ঠিক আছে।
Any questions on the personnel support? This is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more, but at least it gets you guys started. Responsibility organizing. I mean, we really need someone to step up on the responsibility organizing. This is really important.
I'll try on that today.
You want to help with this, some Lucy?
Yes.
Remember, responsibility organizing is a responsibility to help people better understand and be able to take on the role of responsibility as each individual responsibility. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so I think that we are good. Miss, are you ready to move on? Any other questions?
And so far, Jay.
Awesome. So anyways, I would say that overall the main problems with our team priorities.
Yes, I think responsibility organize also help Lucy on that.
Okay, great. The main problems I can see regarding the team responsibilities that were missing.
Has a responsibility organizing Lucy and me, I think.
I have.
Okay.
So anyway, this is the main problem that I would see here, right? So this would be like a next step, like Julie and Steve should also be on this list somewhere, and they're not. Okay, so we need to get people to step up. They're starting with Steve and Julie to get them in step. But I do believe that Asif is helping out a lot with some of the overall priorities. I think we have Asif's name up here, especially with like some of the organizing and some of the other stuff. So Julie's the only person that didn't sign up for a single thing. So I don't know if you want to reconsider Julie before we move on. If there's anything you want to sign up for. Are you here, Julie?
Yes, Jay.
So I mean, basically, when it implies to me that you don't want to do anything about work. You know, it's like we just went through all of the different activities, and we're the only person who doesn't have anything. Is there a reason for that, Julie?
Sorry, I hearing this clearly, Jeremy. Please repeat that again.
You're the only person who didn't sign up for a single responsibility.
Oh, I for the estimate payroll, I can do that, okay?
Want to help with that?
And for the documentations.
Oh yeah, you did sign up for this. You did sign up for payroll. Okay, my mistake again. Good. All right. So now we have to make sure everybody documentations as well. Okay. All right. So this is looking good. We got Steve. We got Julie. We got everything else. I think we're done. Any other questions on our team priorities?
That's okay.
Okay, good. All right, cool. Awesome. All right, so we do need to get going here. We have about 5 minutes left.
Yes.
The next topic is the conflict evolution. Were there any other weekly goals that anyone wanted to add before we miss that chance? Is there anything else that we're missing in our weekly priorities?
So I think these all are the weekly priorities, I think.
Okay, so I think we're good on the weekly priorities.
Okay.
Do we want to, and we only have 5 minutes left, 4 minutes now. I would suggest we just go ahead and check out.
Okay.
I'll do a quick update on the conflict evolution to make sure it's clear. Basically, the bottom line on this is simply that what we all agreed to before was that if people, act up, and this is anybody,
You mean you cannot finish a conflict resolution today? I think we need to make this thing done, Jay.
Well, I don't think
Because it will keep piling and piling. There's a lot of issues when we leave these things hanging.
Well, let's talk about it for a little bit. I don't know how far we're going to get it, but the desired outcome is to just the review what was discussed when they weren't there. Right? And there's no way to solve all the conflicts and have everything just be done right now. That's just not realistic. But we can certainly
Reviewing what we have discussed before.
So let's just do this really, really fast and do the update and make sure we have a clear plan. So basically, what we agreed upon before was that if anybody acts up, that they're basically not going to be included in the future budget. And that includes like everybody, and we need to act professionally and clearly, both on our team sessions as well as on Skype. So if a problem occurs, you note it. You can leave if you need to, but let everyone know, let someone else know, and we can schedule a time to address the issue outside of the focused professional work time. So when we're doing work. If something comes up during the work session, we'll address it, and we can address it, either as a group or as a smaller session, but primarily as like a smaller session. So that's basically what it is, the bottom line, and basically, Julie, Benji, other people, it's like everybody's like it's like the last. All people act up, we would need to be cut out of the budget. We just need to focus and be professional and organized for the benefit of everybody. But I think we can do that. I think we can schedule a group professions. So this would be like Lucy, Julie, Benji, and maybe myself. And this could be like a group session for conflict resolution. Could be another group with the goal. The goal is to,
Jay, let me interrupt you. For me, this thing to do the conflict with the Julie, I think we can finish as a group and one and for all. Because many times when we are working, even as a group, Julie cannot even accept if you can say correct her or do other things. We cannot even work. Kelvia, trust me, if you ask Julie, leave us today, we work together even with the bench, nothing will work. If they don't know, they will usually want to hear from you. If you leave this thing like this, you say I will discuss with the Lucy and Benji. No, me, I don't know. I need this thing to get done. We cannot work like that.
So you're saying you want it to be with everybody?
Yes, let everybody know. I think it was discussed last time. What we need to review, someone to understand when you're speaking professionally with someone, you need to get a little punishment so that next time you will learn from that. Because you are not going to be with us every time when we have a body team. Like yesterday, we are there. Asif was annoyed with Benji because he was online. He don't want to respond when we are working. And I witnessed this many times because I don't want to have a conflict with them. I have to keep quiet. I cannot raise my voice because when you tell someone to work, they don't want. And by the end of the session, you can even go through the Sonic team. You will see. Like Benji asking me, Lucy, how many, can you send me the talk of today? Imagine someone was there, not working. You wait until the end of the session, we wrap out and asking you, can you send me the talk of today? Is that person, was it participating? I cannot say no, I cannot raise my issue. I just have to keep quiet. If you don't let this thing done professionally, then things are not going to work well.
Okay, well, I mean, the first thing that I would say is that I would totally separate professional work-related, issues from, conflict and basically emotional distress, right? So, in the context of like Asif clearly stated that his issue was not have anything to do with conflict. It was just a simple professional work policy issue. And he brought it up as our next topic, which is working and hangout policies and expectations, right? So we can address that as a work issue, not as a conflict, right? So by escalating into a conflict is a dual process. It takes everybody in order to escalate, a work issue into a personal conflict issue. Do you see the difference? Right. So if we just focus on the problem being a work issue, it has nothing to do with the conflict, right? It's just like if you're not working, then you're gonna get punished and you're gonna not be able to do more work because you're just not doing the work. There's no conflict. It's just not a conflict. So I would definitely recommend splitting those apart between the work and the conflict.
Okay, can we review what we discussed last time with those of Nelly then? So that they understand. It is very much painful when someone telling you to shut up and you keep quiet. You need to discuss when they're present so that we finish and we just leave it hanging like that. For me, I'm not happy. I need them to finish this thing today. My name has been all over, even in Andromeda, and I did nothing. It's not. I really find it pain when people are discussing Lucy have a conflict with it. The Lucy have a conflict with this. Everyone discussing, and I really said I did not do anything bad. For me, I don't like my name to be every time Lucy on conflict with the Benji, Lucy on conflict with the Julie. If they want to have their problem, let them have a problem alone. I have enough since I grew up to this moment. I don't want someone again to pester me.
I just want to add something. Please allow me also, as my internet is having problems, so I'll take a quick minute. as I'm not having, or this is not about a personal conflict. We are here to work professionally, and the people should look into professionalism. They should work professionally, and they should keep the attention towards the work only. If you people are going to, attack personally, we are not going to move forward. Honestly speaking, we are not going to move forward. The person who is assigned a certain task should be done professionally and perfectly. That's what I have to say. If Benji was not there yesterday, it was a lack of professionalism in him, right? That is what I was trying to say. So we have to focus more on the work and work perfectly with professionalism.
Okay,
I
so
can also support him on that because we are here to work. We are not here to interact with one another, doing other things, raising our emotions. Actually, let us just work as a team because if we raise conflict, it's also going to affect the organization. So it's not even for personal level, it's also a bad picture to have issues with so and so.
So, like, this is in my perspective, it's kind of a big mess. I would just beg you loosely to just, do your best to let go a little bit and just be like, let's just, put the conflict aside for a minute, focus on the professional, issues at the work, make a policy and a plan, and then come back to the conflict and address that as a separate thing.
Yeah, I understand that, Jay. The problem is everyone discuss about you. Even in the Dromenda team, this issue was discussed even second time. We discussed about Lucy and Benji. Imagine if it was you never did anything, and your name is just going to discuss all over. It's like it's a bad picture. It means not. I don't want to have a bad picture. Everyone knows that Lucy have a conflict with this person, and you did not do that.
But it's perfectly fine. It's like everybody's had a conflict with somebody in their life. It always happens. And it's not just you as an individual, it's our whole team and our whole group. And if you feel comfortable having everybody there, that's perfectly fine. We can have everybody there and we can just do it together. That's not a problem. You said you wanted just to address it and deal with it, so that's what I thought you meant, because you're the one who brought it up, and you specifically have it about, Benji and Julie. So the bottom line is that we haven't addressed this for like 2 weeks. So I'm not sure what has happened in the last few days. But if there's something new and different, that should be clear, but I don't know of anything. And
you know why I'm saying this thing need to be addressed, Jay? When we work together as a team, when you try even to do another thing, and even communication, my communication is them, especially Julie cannot even accept if you say, can we do this? Never. Unless you are there. You are the only person she can hear. How can we work with such a people? If you need only you are present so that she can
but that's not a personal conflict. It has nothing to do with Julie at all. Right? It's not. We're talking about professional organizing and working together professionally. Our policies and our procedures have nothing to do with the individual that is involved. Right? If the individual, doesn't matter whether it's Julie or Benji or Lucy or anybody, if they don't follow our policies, they're not collaborating, it doesn't matter who they are, they will be cut either from the budget or they'll be cut from whatever they're working on. Or we just have a system and a policy to deal with it. It's not about the individual. Do you see what I'm trying to say, Lucy?
Okay.
Hi,
But
Jay.
my just concern is that maybe you are not there, Abdul is not there, and I get maybe Julie working together. If we are not going along, she cannot be willing to work with me. I will get a challenge. That's why I said I think it is also good if we can discuss and make it end once and for all. I don't want to get again Lucy was having conflict between this and this. And let's go to let her understand that you cannot just shut someone like a baby.
hi Jay, I want to say something here.
Okay.
I think conflict is occur when people talk honestly speaking, not honestly speaking, then the conflict occur. Suppose when we working as a three people as a body team, but two people working there, but one people are not working. But when we ask what are you doing, then she not honestly speaking and don't clear his position. But when we ask again, then he or she said me, mm, I'm not. He or she is speaking. I'm not. Uh, I cannot work with you. Sorry, I cannot tell you what I am working, and that's why the conflict occur. So I think when people work as a body team and can say honestly speaking, then I think there is no conflict occur.
Well, that's what the best solution for that is. What I suggest, what I really recommend you people, that if you face this kind of problem in future or whatever the problem you are facing, you don't have to pinpoint anyone because Jay has to take care of it. Okay, you do not pinpoint if Julie is not working or if Benji is not working. Do not pinpoint them directly. You just inform in your notes or somewhere else. You have to create a note that this thing occurred on this session. So being personal is a good thing that you pinpoint to Jay or something, so Jay will look after to it. Do you all agree with this?
No, I don't agree personally because we work as a team. We are not working individually. We work as a team. I think let be example like maybe you work with Abdul and I work with maybe Albina. And Abdul asking me, Lucy, what are you working on? I will answer Abdul saying, it is not your business. You are not sometimes you are not a judge to ask me what I'm working on. Is that what does that making sense? Are we moving so forward?
Okay, Lucy, I do agree with you. I do agree. You're working awesome. You're working perfectly. But what I'm saying that you have to pinpoint it to Jay rather than spitting out on the Julie or Benji or whatever, or me even. You just pinpoint this issue to Jay. You don't have to go directly to Julie or you don't have to directly go to Benji. You just have to, point in the notes, take a point and just forward it to Jay that this problem we have faced on this session. So that will make it more professional. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand, but my issue was here. There was a discussion we have. We want to review whatever we discussed so that in future, if you have a problem, you will know what the members say. You can now understand what I was doing is wrong. When you read what people were saying about you or that they were not there. That was my only issue. I will need that policy to be reviewed and read so that they can understand.
So Jay, here we need your assistance, please, if you like.
Okay, so let me say a couple things here, right? So first of all, what I want to say is that I don't want to be here, right? I think that we're already over time. Like I have other things to do with my family. Like this is like, not being done in a way that is organized. We're just all yelling all these ideas out, but we don't have an agenda. It's not clear what the desired outcome is. Nothing is clear right now. And so instead of addressing the conflict, it's like we're having a conflict and having a whole emotional, like all over the place. And it's forcing the whole group to go overtime. And so that, for me, is an issue within this meeting by itself. Right? So my request would be like, to actually focus in and organize ourselves as a group and like be able to move on and address this in a professional way instead of like having it all explode in front of us, right? So that would be one thing. The second thing is that I would just schedule this for tomorrow. We just make a conflict evolution session tomorrow and address everything that needs to be dealt with as a group. That was my proposal, that we just schedule the group session with everybody tomorrow and we address it instead of just like, I mean, it needs more than 10 minutes, right? I mean, of course. And then we all need to accept that these things are going to take time. I mean, there's no just magic button that you press and suddenly everything's perfect. Okay, so that's the second thing. The third thing is that people need to be upfront with what they want, period. And this is a very complicated situation. One of the things that is very important is the rankings, right? The rankings of each person in relationship to each other is extremely important. We need to have clear chronic team rankings. Pretty much like a seat is near the top. And this is also updating. We need to update our rankings. And so, a seat should be in charge on some of these levels. Additionally, Julie and Benji are very high up on the ranking, right? So that makes a complicated situation in terms of like how these things are dealt with in a clear way. We have lots of power for individuals to say directly what they want and to make it as a proposal so that it can be addressed directly. For example, the person who's in charge, who has the highest ranking, can tell the person to stop working, period, done. Move on. Right? So that is a proposal of addressed, moved on, a decision is made, done. Right? So that is one issue, and it can go either way. Secondly, anyone can propose anybody basically being cut out of the budget. It's like, if that's what you want, just let us know that. Propose it, we all vote on it, and we get on the same page. Right? If we don't agree on it, then we don't agree on it. But it's like, people should just say what they want instead of like it being confusing and clear. If it's not a proposal, it really is not. This isn't the space to address it. So it's like, what is your proposal? Clearly state the proposal. Vote on the proposal. So that's kind of where I'm at on this, and I just want us to move forward. My proposal again is to schedule the session for tomorrow, maybe even multiple sessions, and then address it as a group. But if someone wants to make another proposal, that's perfectly fine. So, Lucy, how do you feel about moving forward?
I have no problem. Last time we scheduled that issue. When we schedule, Benji and Julie, they will not be around. Like last time we scheduled, even Abdul put on our calendar. They are not going to be around. No need. Remember, I don't see no need. Let's just move on. Forget about it.
But then you're the person who's obstructing, Lucy. Like the point is that we scheduled a session. Julie and Benji didn't show up. It wasn't addressed. We left it for 2 weeks. Now they're back, so we can schedule it. So why don't we just schedule it and do it tomorrow?
I agree to it.
Yes.
Why would that be a problem, Lucy?
Because I see raising this issue. I think that was what we discussed, and it was on our doc when we document. If that is bad, raising an issue what was there, then I'm very much sorry.
Well, I think it's important to make sure we're really clear on what was said and what we want to do. And it's what we talked about is to review and discuss what was not there, right? What happened. And then what we're not going to do is we're not going to solve all the public issues of the team right now. I mean, there's no possible way we could do that. We didn't have the time, we didn't have the energy or anything as a group. So we all agreed that we weren't going to do that. Does that make sense? So we were going to update on what happened with Julie and Benji when they were gone, and clarify that what was proposed and approved was that people like that, that they would be cut out of the budget, starting with Julie, and then there's Benji, and other people who are involved in any issue. Like if they're not professional, then they would get there would be solutions and provisions of how to deal with it. And it's everybody would be part of that, not just any one person. So I don't think anybody has been saying that you are going to be fired without any due process or any clear. I'm not sure exactly where you got that from, but I mean, if everybody, actually about 5 years of certain, measurements. You know better, Jay, that we have to follow certain measurements of finding a individual. So we cannot go directly to terminate or we cannot go directly to fire any individual. We have to give them a chance. We have to go up to a certain level, and if the person is not meeting up to that mark, then you will think about to fire them or to terminate them. But definitely we have to go according to some measurements. Our policies are actually a little more flexible from that. The first thing that people need to understand is our rankings, right? The Sonic team rankings rank everybody, and I see you're ranked very, very high, right? Julie and Benji are also ranked pretty high, and then there's Lucy and two other people, right, who are on the team. Asif is probably ranked the highest as far as just telling people to stop working or whatever. But the point here is that we need to go over the rankings. We don't have time to do that right now, right? There's a whole bunch of other things that we need to do, and it's just going to take time. We can't just, it doesn't automatically all happen right away. But what can happen is people can propose anything they want to. There is literally no limit to what people can propose. Period. We're fully empowered. So anybody at any moment can propose, I want this person kicked off our team. Everyone will have to understand the proposal. Everyone will have an opportunity to vote. We vote. Whatever happens based on that vote is a team vote, right? And it's voted on, right? Does that mean that's what's going to happen in the end? It probably will get sent to another team to review it. Other people review it if there's other components that happen, but the proposal itself happens immediately, right away. There is no process that's higher than just a proposal, right? And then from there you address it. But until the proposal is made and the issue is addressed, it's just not applicable to even be discussed. Does that make sense? Yes. So if someone's proposing having someone not be on the team, it should be proposed. It could be anything from proposal that they're not on the Sonic team to they're not on the entire FK community network, right? So there's a whole layers and levels of what the power. Obviously, a single Sonic team would only have the power to propose for its own power circle, which is its own team. But they can certainly propose to the rest of the entire network. But the point is that there's no proposal on the table like that, so there's no reason to talk about it. You see what I'm trying to say? It's not even on the table. No one has brought it up as an issue and is talking about it. And if that's what it is, then someone should just say it. And if they're not going to say it, then everyone should shut up, and just deal with the process that we have. Does that make sense? And that's the most professional way. So what I'm trying to say is that there is no process more powerful than the proposal. Right? So there is no, we have a conflict evolution process that deals with conflict mediation, communication, all of the non-violent communication systems and understanding. It's an evolutionary process. All people need to have equal weight and equal acceptance of it in the process. There's no one person's more important or better than another person within the conflict evolution process. Right? And it has nothing to do with the proposal, it has nothing to do about professional work. It's totally separated from that, period. Anything else that's professional, that has to do about our policies, it's all proposals. Make the proposal, we vote on the proposal, we move on. And the conflict evolution process is not part of that, but it can involve creating proposals and doing it within that. So I just want to make sure it's really understanding that there is no process in terms of the proposal. You can make the proposal, whatever the proposal is, the individual who does the proposal is fully empowered to make the proposal, and then the group is fully empowered to vote on that proposal, and every individual is fully empowered to vote as they wish on that proposal. And then it's up to the whole network to decide how to address the decision that was made. Right. And it all happens immediately in real time. So unless there's another proposal, let's just move forward with my proposal, and then we're good to go. That sound good, Lucy? And Asif, are you good at that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the proposal is basically just we have to schedule session for tomorrow, hour 2, and that's it. We're ready to move on. And everyone's okay with that? We're all in agreement?
I think okay for me.
No objection. Okay, so I think we're good on that. The only other thing I want to mention is that there are a couple other things that here, Amazonic that we want to address next step. So team equity, solid team ranking, that professional work-related issues, people not working with everyone but to check. So this would basically be policy. Alright. And Abdul's supposed to know. Yeah, Abdul's supposed to make sure that that gets listed into the task, the master task list that we talked about. And the only other thing that I'll mention that came out of that is that the question that everybody should be asking, which is the primary. So I'm gonna force you guys to remember this. So, what is the number one thing that we're all hired here to do?
Help people.
What is the main thing as far as the general support within the list of responsibilities for all workers? What does it tend to be?
See,
don't need to hire you and spend thousands and thousands of dollars, like $4,000 a month, so that you can help other people. You understand what I'm saying, Steve? That you can go help other people on your own. Why are we spending $4,000 a month hiring everybody to do work? What is the reason for it? Like, this is not the first time I've asked this question before. You guys should be able to answer it.
I think the engagement community worldwide, so we can
Like, our organization has been around for for almost 2 decades, 20 years, right? We've been working on our vision for everything without hiring anybody ever, right? So the vision has nothing to do about people who are working for the organization. The majority of work does not cost us any money. We don't pay people to do the work, right? The question is, what is your general responsibility for the reason and the responsibilities for every worker that we hire? Don't know it. It's listed on everybody's main doc, or on most people's main doc. It should be on everybody's. Why are we spending all of this money? How many people have opened up their doc to try to find out what it is?
That's me. Have opened it.
One person? How many people are here?
I'm searching for it.
I think it's going to be your second main doc. I think you have 2 main docs. It's responsibilities for all general support. Responsibilities for all workers. Hello? Is anybody here?
Yes,
Yes.
Jay, I'm searching for it.
Okay, this is just absurd. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Benji, what do you think is the most important thing that we're hiring people to do?
For you journalists, to make the work done.
Are you getting the work done, Benji?
But individually, for me, yeah, honestly,
No, you're not getting the work done. If that was the reason why we were hiring people, you would be fired because you're not getting the work done. That is not the reason why we're hiring people. Because you're not getting the work done. So, a good try. All right, let's go to Abdul. Abdul, what do you think is the #1 reason that we're hiring people and spending all this money? Abdul.
Yes, Ajay, please ask me again.
What do you think is the #1 reason why we are spending all this money hiring everybody, and what is your main reason of working with us? All of us working together.
Yes, I think.
The responsibilities for all workers.
Yes, I think every people here hiring for working this organization and take responsibilities and also do responsibility and client task also, and every people need working here uh, uh, to fulfill the organization goal, I think.
Well, that's getting closer. That's definitely getting closer. Viewer, your turn. You know, are you there? We're muted today. Albina, you want to try?
Okay, I think the priority is to get work done. Doesn't matter if any person is hired to work in any organization. And the second thing is to meet the desires of the organization. Yeah, those are the business for any given person.
Well, that's definitely true. It's not why you have been hired for us, but you know, it could turn into that eventually once people get trained and everything like that. But again, this is written in the responsibilities for all workers if you look on your main doc. Let's try Julie.
Yes, Trey.
What do you think is the number one reason of you know, why we're hiring people, what your primary work role is as a worker with us?
Well, as far as I understand, with how the work goes, it's for general support, helping the whole team or the whole, especially for the clients, helping them to achieve their goals.
All right, well, we're getting closer. That's good. Very in alignment with what Abdul had said. So, why is it so important to help the client?
So that they can
What happens after we do all the work for the client? What do we get? We get paid. We get paid. Right? So what everyone needs to understand is that the reason why we work for the client is not to save the world, not to help people, not to do any of those things. The reason why we have the client is because we do the work for the client so that we get paid. Right? We're also going to eventually have investors. When we get money from investors, it's a very, very different relationship with a client, right? So, like the work as an overall network organization, there's at least 3 or 4 different places where money can be coming in. The fact that all of our money comes in from the client right now means that we must do the work for the client for no other reason than we get paid. That's the client-worker relationship that we have right now. Okay. Luckily, we're working on a big project, but bottom line is we're doing it so we can get paid, because that's basically just the relationship of a client-worker relationship. So, Lucy, what do you think is the most important thing that we're paying everybody in the context that, you know, Julie was very close as to the general support, you're doing the client, getting paid? What's the most important thing to make sure that we get paid or in general support?
Yeah, I think to make sure we give all the support to a client and to make the work done for clients so that we can get paid.
And how does that happen?
It happens when we are working.
No, it actually doesn't happen when everyone's working. That's the whole point. It's like most of the work that's getting done is not accomplishing the deliverables that the client is asking for.
So if the work we are done, maybe it's not good for client. I think most of the thing is to support you and you also to train us so that we can deliver exactly what the client needs.
Exactly. That is right on the mark. So I'll repeat it because you said it perfectly. The goal is to support Jay and meet guys are for support you and for me to help you guys with training. And what's so important about the training is that it's alleviating me from the work that I only know how to do. Right? So we're in this very difficult position where I am the one who knows how to do all the stuff for the client so that we get paid. If I didn't do the work for the client, nobody would get paid. And there's nothing that anyone can do about that right now. That's a huge problem for the entire organization and the network as a whole. Right? And so it could take many months, if not years, to learn and be able to take on all the different roles that I have. But every single day we can pass off a little tiny bit more so that there's less reliance on me individually to get everybody paid. But right now, what we're spending $4,000 a month on is for people to generally support helping me and all of us accomplish the overall priorities so that we can get paid. Right? That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay? So basically the bottom line that I'm trying to point out here is that we want to move forward, we want to do things like if people can't work on overall priorities, then it's like do anything and everything you can to help me focus on them so that I can get them done. Everything that has a asterisk on it, wherever that was, I think it's in our notes. Was that notes, man? Alright, so everything that has these little asterisks on it here, all of those guys means that it's more important than training. Right? The training is secondary. But the work has to get done regardless of training somebody because it's that behind schedule. The only thing that is necessary that needs training at this point is the finances and taxes. There's just more work that I can ever do by myself to get all that done. None of the rest is required to have training to get it done. More people are going to train to do it, right? So this one needs training. We'll get the training that it can happen in a few hours so that everything can happen for the taxes. But other than that, it's like these things are so behind schedule, it makes more sense for me just to do them by myself so we get paid, so everybody gets paid, than for me to spend time training people to do something. It would take more time to train someone than for me to do it. Does that make sense? No? Okay, cool. So basically the bottom line that I'm trying to say with all of this stuff is that every single time someone's talking, every single time somebody's bringing up a new issue or asking for help or any buddy team session, whatever we're doing, every single minute should be about moving forward the overall priorities and helping Jay get all the stuff done. I have like 100 responsibilities. Everything's behind schedule. It's overwhelming. It's way too much. So anytime that's taking my time taken away from that, until we get it all done. Alright, that's all I'm trying to say. And it's like, really understand that. So that's why we just spent 15 minutes trying to get group understanding of why we're all here a little bit. Yeah. And it could be a couple weeks, or it could be a couple of months, and then we go over all the overall priorities, and then we can do more training and open everything out and start working on all the global plans and goals and all the things that we want to do together. But we need to get over this hump of this, very difficult situation where we're behind all this schedule and everything. Like I don't think people understand that our client, the goal of our client is to raise like tens of millions of dollars, if not like $100 million or whatever. It's just a thing. And everything works well. It goes the direction that we're hoping. I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. We're going to get through a couple more months. So let me just try to write this last part down. What was it? So everything we do today will propose So basically, if you have something you're going to say, and you think about it, you ask yourself in your mind, if we do this and we move forward with this, and this is what I want to do, and it's not moving this forward, then that's a problem. And that would be the basis of all of our policy decisions and everything that we're trying to move forward here. It's just like, if it's not moving the overall priorities forward, then we should try to go forward as much as possible so that we can get the overall priorities forward. Instead of distracting ourselves. So, I think that's good. Anything else anyone wants to add?
Yeah, let me say something. I don't know whether it's relevant for that, but I want to be your assistant after really. I just want to, work aside with you. So I get more and more info out of this FM community and get the task done in a timely manner.
Great. Anything else to see?
So can I be your assistant?
I'm gonna
I really want to be aside with you.
You're working with us for sure. It's all fine. I mean, anyone can do whatever they want to in this organization, this network. There's no limit to what people can do. But we just need to follow the policies and the rules that are set out, and everyone can do whatever they want to. Right. Just step up, do the task, do the work, and we'll make it all happen. But just try to think about it in the context of like moving forward overall priorities, getting this backlog all done so we can catch up, right? And a lot of that is not even thinking about yourself, right? If all you're thinking about yourself and what you're going to do and your tasks and how you're going to get paid, all that good stuff, that's not going to move anything forward, right? We have way more work to do than the 7 of us could ever do. We need to recruit. We need to bring in more money. We need to get more people involved. We need to expand. So if you're thinking about the tasks that you're going to do, you're already missing the point. Because there's no way that you as an individual can do the tasks to move the things forward. It's impossible. I can't do it. You can't do it. None of us can do it. Only together, working as a team, realizing that we as a team aren't even enough. We need to work with the Andromeda team. We need to get the Australia team. We need to work with other teams across the whole world. We can't even do it ourselves. Right? Like, you've got to get that mindset. If you're not in the mindset of like, if all you're asking is what can I do in my task, my pay, if you're already missing the point. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is literally, get out of the way and go work on something else so that I don't need to work with you and train you so that I can focus on getting the work done. Does that make sense? Right? So if you don't know what to do, and you're not sure what to do, you find something to do the work so that the people who do know what to do can get it done as fast as possible. And then once we get all the work done, and we get paid the money, we get the whole systems all set up, then we can all get everything back, in track and in balance, where now we can all work together. But right now we're not to that point because we're so behind on everything, and it's such a mess, and that's why we're paying so much money to get as much as possible as fast as possible. And also part of why we're making like $2,000 a month in work, but we're budgeting $12,000 because we're totally backlogged, like out of control. So I think that's pretty clear. But everybody's got their needs. We're all here to help each other as best as we can. So it's like obviously it's a balance. It's a balance between getting all the work done for the organization and helping each person with their individual needs. And if we don't meet and do everything that we want to do based on the values of the organization, which includes life support, basic life needs, and our communication skills and working as a team and valuing each person for their unique contributions and their unique being and soul in this world, you know, and what every person is sharing, then it wouldn't be, right? We would do nothing. So, you know, even though we're prioritizing this as our number one reason why we're hiring people, it's not how we operate. So you guys need to understand this is why people are getting paid, but it has nothing to do with how we work and all the other responsibilities and priorities attached. Right? They're very, very different. So that's why we don't really talk about this very much, because it's not really our style. It's not part of our values. It's not part of how we treat each other and what we're doing. But it is the bottom line. It's why people are getting paid, and it's what needs to happen to continue to get paid. Right? So let's pick out. So let me put an example. Like tomorrow, we all agree we're going to do the conflict evolution session. We're going to try to address some of the policies. We're going to do everything we can to do that as best as we can. We really need to time box it in an hour, right? And it might take 3 hours to do the whole thing. So it might take 3 sessions, 1 hour at a time. And we just need to be flexible. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So that sounds good, everybody. That sounds good to you as well, Lucy. We're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So let's check out. I'll go first. I'm definitely a little bummed that it took an extra hour to go through all this stuff, but I think it was important, and primarily because everybody here is important. And I feel like we're making progress and we're working better as a team. I will cannot lie. There is no question in my mind, and Steve has said the same thing, that this team, the Sonic team, and evolving into the Austrasia team, and you know, the whole the global team, is more organized and getting closer than the Andromeda team. The Andromeda team's falling apart. There's less people involved there. The Pacific team's difficult, you know, and it's just we're getting more organized and more close. And by addressing these issues and dealing with it and actually going through it, will just make us closer. So and more organized. So I think it's really exciting, all the potential here. So let's keep it going. Chat. Let's see.
Yeah, it was a fight